sprinkles, Santa Claus's special elf. Because everything is special with sprinkles. Santa Claus knows you're special too, and he has something to say to you. So listen close as Santa Claus shares holiday cheer with you. You can leave a special message for Santa Claus and get on the nice list at www.santaclaussays.net. Now here is the big man himself, Santa Claus!
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Santa Claus says, be good for goodness sakes. And we are just a few days now from Christmas, when I'm coming to your house and 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 your house, your house, to bring you Christmas cheer and some beautiful toys and other goodies and surprises. That's what Santa Claus is best at, is bringing surprises. And I would just ask that you, if you would want to leave me milk and cookies or cocoa and cookies, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you very much when you do that. Here at SantaClausSays.net, we're here to do three things in the Christmas season: to bring you Christmas cheer, which we do by having Sprinkles, our elf, sing to us and be with us. And we also do that by having some Christmas time jokes. Then the second thing we do is we read a story. We have a special story about spiders and Christmas here today. Then we also have a letter to Santa. And your letter to Santa, you can always do that by going to SantaClausSays.net. And that is the website where you leave me a beautiful message through the website, either a text message or an email or even a voice message, and I get those and return those to you. It's good to be with you here and to have a lot of fun together. Well, there's the Glockenspiel, boys and girls, and the Glockenspiel chimes means that it is time for Santa's jokes for today. So what do Santa and Mrs. Claus play on game night? Reindeer games. One more joke. What do you call an elf who sings? A rapper. That is so wonderful. Are you having fun this Christmas time, boys and girls? It's most important that you bring Christmas cheer with you to other people, to your family, your parents, your sisters and brothers, your other relatives, family, and friends. Bring Christmas cheer with you wherever you go. Well, there is the chimes, boys and girls, the Glockenspiel chimes, and that means it's time for our Christmas story for the night. And this story is called The Legend of the Spiders. And here's how it goes. Many, many Christmas Eves ago, in a certain house in a little town in Germany, it was customary for all the house animals to gather after the family was in bed and to view the Christmas tree, which was, of course, decorated from top to bottom with beautiful sparkling lights and glistening glass balls. And so, when the last footstep had sounded on the upstairs floor and deep sleepy snores filled the bedrooms, the creatures gathered around the twinkling tree. The yellow canary chirped and warbled in wonder, flitting brightly from branch to branch. The aloof tabby at first lounged about licking its paws, but was soon prowling intently beneath the glimmering tree, eyes round and shining with obvious delight. The family dog gazed contentedly at the happy sight, and even the shy little mice scuttled out with their for a merry peek. In this manner, all the creatures of the house appeared, all except the small gray spiders. And where were they? Well, the house mother, a neat and tidy woman, had no use for spiders. She was continually going around with the big broom, sweeping things up, so the spiders had to run off double quick. It was only in the most remote nooks and crannies of the house that the spiders were even close to being safe. But the spiders longed to see the marvelous tree, the beautiful tree all bright and shiny. So they complained to the Christ child who loves all creatures, even the holiness and most humble. And the Christ child let them in to see the tree when everyone else was gone. What a time they had. They all came creepy, 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 creepy from the attic and from the cellar, up the walls and along the halls, and into the beautiful room. Dainty little mama spider and big proud papa spiders and teensy weensy baby spiders and respected old grandpa and grandma spiders all came and looked. Such a marvelous sight. And then they began to climb branch to branch to branch, needle to needle to needle, ball to ball, to the very tippy top to where the star was at. And down again they went, creepy crawly, in and out, right up to the very pretty little things, up to every pretty little thing that they could see. Finally, they were done. Slowly, silently, contentedly, they crept down and disappeared, vanished. Just like that. But the tree, it was now covered with cobwebs, dull gray cobwebs from top to bottom. Not a twig had the little spiders missed. Now the Christ child knew well how the house mother disliked cobwebs, and he knew how much the children would be disappointed to find their tree so carefully decorated, covered with the dull webs. And he loved them all too. So he leaned and touched the webs, and in a brief moment, they all turned to shimmering silver, like glimmering icicles. Never in all time had there been such a tree, and it was hard to say who had been more excited to see it, all the little spiders, all the children when they were awakened on Christmas morning. Well, boys and girls, that is the story of the spiders from Christmas. We'll have another great story tomorrow as we get closer and closer to Christmas. I did want you to know we have lots of great stories that we've told here in Santa Claus Said. So I want to invite you to go back to our earlier episodes, both on our podcast, which you can find at santaclaussays.net, on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as well as on our YouTube channel, youtube.com /Santa Claus Says. Well, that is a wonderful story, isn't it? Well, there's our glockenspiel, boys and girls, and that means it is time for our letter to Santa. And it is from a boy named Richard, who Richard says, I have been a good boy this year, and for Christmas, I would like a Spider-Man. That's one of the reasons we read the story tonight about this Christmas spiders. And I would like it to have trapping actions, like a green goblin action figure. That was kind of the bad guy that the Spider-Man went against, and with a magnetic action. Well, wonderful things to ask for there. And Richard, and I hope that you will be active as well, not only with playing with toys, but playing other things, playing tag and other things outdoors and other things. So play with toys and play with either your brothers or sisters or other people as well. Be active physically as well as play with your toys. So thank you, Richard, for your letter. And I want to remind all the boys and girls of the world that you could always write me at santaclaussays.net. And that is where you can leave me a voicemail or a text or even an email. And I will get those and we will have some fun together. Well, just a reminder that you can always find me on the podcast and on YouTube. So at youtube.com /Santa Claus Says, and on the podcast on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. Well, boys and girls, that means the glockenspiel tone means it's just about time for us to say goodbye here tonight, because I have a lot of work to do. It's just a few days before Christmas, and me and Sprinkles and all the other elves, we've got a lot of last minute work to do so we can come to your house. Now, do not forget to leave me milk and hot cocoa. That's my favorite. So I would love it, please. I did want to remind you that we have a couple of very special shows coming up that you want to pay attention to. We come to you live almost every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. But on Christmas Eve, we have a very special show we have a very special show on Christmas Eve because that's where we're going to be reading the story of the night before Christmas. So that's on December 24th. We read the story of the night before Christmas. So we hope that you'll join us for that as we have that special story, the night before Christmas, and all through the house. Not a creature was stirring at all, but not even a mouse. And so you'll hear the rest of the story that night. Now, but the most special story we have of all is on Christmas Day, December 25th. On that day, Santa Claus will be away from my workshop. I'll be in a special place, and I'm going to tell you there the story of the very first Christmas. I'll be reading from the Bible the story of the birth of Jesus. So I hope that you join me for that as well. So we look forward to having you with us here on Santa Claus Says, all throughout the rest of the Christmas season, all the way through Christmas. Santa loves you, and I'm with you, and I hear what you have to say. So remember, boys and girls, Santa Claus says to be good for goodness sakes. Ho, 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 ho. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you at Christmas. See you at Christmas Eve. See you.
You're special to Santa Claus, just like Sprinkles. Get on Santa's nice list at SantaClausSays.net and watch Santa Claus Says live on YouTube. Tell him Sprinkles sent you.